Linda Bruce is Hydro Ottawa Conservation and Demand Management. And Linda, I want to talk to you about managing your hydro needs. Let's start specifically with those folks who are closing their 3-season cottage or 1-season cottage, depending, right?
That's true. Yeah, now that it is fall and things are getting chillier and people are thinking about closing their cottages, there's a couple of things, maybe 3 things that I'd like people to think about.
Okay.
The ESAsafe.com Electrical Safety Authority website has some great tips on it.
Okay.
And the very first one that they talk about is to shut the breakers or pull the fuses before you hit the main switch.
Okay.
Just might,
because a lot of people might just be like, okay, that's the power dealt with, let's go to the pipes, right?
Yeah.
So, and why is that? Why do you want to do that?
Well, I think that it's just going to take the load off easier, make it easier when you go to start up. It won't try to power everything at the same time, and I think a lot of people have stuff at cottages that is a little bit older, so it might just be a protection thing. You've for
got
that.
Those screw-in glass fuses, and so it's all about when you flip the main switch back on, just overloading, right?
It could be that, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's next?
The second thing is extension cords. You probably have a lot of extension cords and things around the cottage that you use through the summer. Try to rodent-proof them. There's a couple things. You could actually take them home with you if you would then remember to bring them back. Or if you're going to leave them at the cottage, maybe you could put them in a sealed container so that rodents don't get in.
Right.
The other thing too is to keep in mind about your wiring. If you do have rodent issues, before you shut things down or before you turn things back on, be sure that you do check your wiring.
Okay. And with extension cords, a lot of things have changed with extension cords over the last 20 years. And at a cottage, you could have an old extension cord. Probably replacing those is a good idea.
It's probably not a bad idea. You're
okay.
Right. You're right.
All right. Number 3 here. Three
is something that people probably don't think about a whole lot, but just to take a walk around your cottage and see how much the vegetation has grown in the last year.
Okay.
If the trees around your property are starting to get close to the hydro lines, it's something you need to think about, particularly if they're evergreen trees, because the weight of the snow could cause them to come down and weigh on the lines coming to the cottage. So something to think about. Have a look around. If if the lines are your lines, then it's your responsibility to get somebody in to fix that. If the lines belong to say Hydro One or the utility in your area, you might want to just contact them and let them know that the trees are getting close.
All right. How about a couple of generic things for the fall for non-cottage owners like me?
Yeah. Well, around your house, now that it's getting dark early, you probably noticed that LED lights are something that we're starting to talk to people about. The price of them is coming down, so you can get LED bulb replacement for, it's still a little expensive, but not too bad.
Right.
Power bars with timers or heavy-duty timers. Anybody who's thinking of doing that outside Halloween thing, you might want to put it on a heavy-duty outdoor timer so that it's not running all night. Or
I don't mean to say it, but it also works well for Christmas. Sorry.
Yeah. I wasn't going to mention the C word at this point. The other thing too is we do have coupons available for some of those products online. If you go to hydroottawa.com/coupon, there's coupons available that you can download for dollars off on power bars with timers and LED light bulbs.
Excellent.
The other thing too is October is the month when we have coupons available at participating retailers in store.
So you've got a really cool thing going on over there, and I like this idea.
So we're also, as a conservation measure, trying to get folks to move to e-billing. As you know, everything is e-billing these days.
Yeah.
So we would like to move people in that direction as well. And the neat promotion that we have going on at this time is that if you switch to e-billing between now and December 31st, we'll plant a tree. So we're trying to plant a forest. So we'd really like everybody to move ahead and switch to e-billing, and we will plant some trees for all of those folks next spring.
I like that idea.
It's a great idea.
Get in touch with your inner tree hugger.
That's right.
It's good. You have a great prize pack here. Are we giving this to people?
We are, yes.
All right.
There's lots of great stuff in there. Okay,
so listen, what's the best tip that you heard this morning? Whether it be for your regular home or cottage, email ottawacontest@ctv.ca. Let us know what you're going to use out of some of the tips that we got here from Linda Bruce. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for having me.